Hello. Hi out there. Good afternoon. I'm Gloria. This is Yoga with Gloria. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to you fathers out there. I know our house smells like a yummy pie because my daughter's making a pie for my husband. So, those of you that joined last time we broadcast when our air conditioning was broken and I was dying, good news, it's working now. So, thus I have more energy as we begin here. So, before I get started, just want to remind everybody that although I love making my yoga accessible to everybody, these live streams are not free to make. So if you haven't already and would like to help me make these videos, there are several ways you can help. You can sponsor, become a supporter on Patreon or PayPal, or you can schedule a private with me, or you can simply tell your friends, share my YouTube links, whatever, and share it with people so that I can grow my YouTube. What's that word? YouTube base, whatever. Okay, let's get started. So today's class is going to be flexibility, geared more towards a post-workout, post-cycling. For my friends who just did a 50-mile, pretty much, where's Dan? Just did 50-mile bike ride with Dan. So congratulations. But actually it's for everybody, but I'm gonna give several really nice stretches using the wall. And so if you have a blanket or some kind of towel would be nice, and something to bind your ankles, either a belt or somebody asked you could use the resistance band is fine. And either blocks or again a towel or a foam roller, even whatever you have laying around. Okay, say hello in the comments so I know you're with me. Hello, Alice, Roseanne, John, Suresh, Abigail, welcome back, Daisy, and Jasmine. All right, let's get started. We'll start seated. And we're going to just shrug your shoulders up, back, and down, and scoop them forward, up, back, and down. And again, scoop them forward, up, back, and down. And then we're just going to take your little shoulder stretch here. Just take your arm straight across by the collarbones. And then you want to lower your shoulder down away from your ears. Hello, Samuel. I'm glad you could make it. And pull the arm in towards you. And then taking the other arm, keeping it straight, and then bringing it straight across your collarbones. And then use your other arm to pull it in. And breathe. All right, let's do clap your elbows together, your hands together, lift up, and then open up. Squeeze your between your shoulder blades, and then elbows in front, and then open up your chest, cactus, and then one more time, opening up your chest, and then relax. We're just going to take a side bend here, side body stretch. You can look up, make a fist in circles with your top hand, and big circles with the shoulders. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, other side. Fanning out your ribs, making a fist with your top hand and circles. And then big shoulder circles here, circumducting the shoulder. Lift and lengthen. We're going to find a twist. Any comfortable position. And then lift and lengthen and find a twist. And welcome Sandy Garcia and Anna. All right, go ahead and close your eyes. Settle down into your body, into your breath. Just prepare your body for this hour of yoga for more flexibility post-workout. Inhale, let your belly expand. Exhale, let it relax down towards your spine. 3 deep breaths in, filling all the way to the top with air. Holding your breath for a moment, opening the mouth, blowing it out. 2 more times like that. Inhale, filling up. Holding the breath on top. And then opening. Last time, a little longer this time. Lift all the way up to the collarbones. Hold your breath. Lift your chest and take the sides of your neck back. Open the mouth, blow it out. Hands in front of your heart, drop your gaze. Take a moment to call up an intention for today's class. And we'll seal that in with 3 ohms. Inhaling deeply. All right, we're going to start in a chest opener. So if you have a towel or blocks, you can bring them down. I'll show you the regular way. It's the block on the second highest level and the highest level. For most people, like this is fine. You can hold the block here right under your shoulder blades and then slowly lower your head down. The block on the highest level. So you can readjust, but most people, that one is okay. If you have been hunched over in a writing position and you want to open up, hi Debbie, welcome. Then you might want to even turn the block this way, that way, so that you can really open up there. So it's going to be, the block is right between your shoulder blades. And if you don't have blocks, you can roll a blanket. You can even use your roller here. If you have a roller laying around in the living room, the place you want to put it for this pose is just under the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades. And then if you're able to bring the soles of your feet together, the knees out wide to open up the inner thighs, the adductors, release your hips, your shoulders, your chest. A lot of tension being released here. Again, if you don't have those props, most of us hopefully have at least a bath towel at home, and you can roll that up like that. So go ahead and pick one. I'll just use the blocks here. And if you have no props, it's fine to just lay on your back and do this. With the props, it's adding that openness. So opening the shoulders. So, the opposite of hunching over all day. which you can do through cycling or just on the computer or texting. Hi, James. Welcome. Oh, you're on Facebook today. Okay. Is that Facebook? And just breathe deep. Hi, Dan. Okay, just opening up your chest, your shoulders. You can bring your feet together and you can bring your hands over your head and grab opposite elbows and just let it hang down. And then open up. And then you're going to roll over to one side and you're going to remove your blocks. Oh, actually, you're just going to remove them off your mat, but then you're going to keep them handy. So you're going to squeeze something between your knees. It helps. Squeezing the adductors, really turning them on so that we can work into a stiff spine. So arms out to the side, squeeze your adductors, pull the knees up, and slowly drop your knees over to one side, and then the other side, one side, and the other. Feel how tight your back is. You can feel your spine. Keep squeezing the block or something between your legs, a pillow maybe. Two more here. And you're going to release the block and you're going to drop your knees to one side. Let's straighten the leg. And other side, let's straighten the leg. And then draw the right leg up. Let's just straighten it for hamstring stretch. Feel into your hamstrings. Take your right hip down. And release other side. So you might have to keep this other knee bent if you're really stiff and low back issues, but you feel into your own body and see if it's okay to straighten it or not. And we're going to just you can just do this a little bit of core. So you can have your hands underneath you on your glutes, and you're just going to flutter your legs up and down like this. If you want to work a little harder, you can lift your head and shoulders off the floor, or you can do the pull, stretch, pull, stretch. Let's just do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And release. Right knee into your chest. Let's take a twist here. And let's do the other side. Draw the left knee in. Take it across your body. And release. We're going to come on up. Come on to all fours. So we're gonna come into, we're gonna stretch and massage our calves. So you're gonna use your body, so use your right ankle, and you're gonna bring it across. So you're going to try to take your right ankle right behind your left knee. So if you need a blanket here, you can use it right behind your left knee. And then you want to dorsiflex, opposite of pointing that right foot. And then from here, you're gonna flatten that back foot, and you're just gonna sit back and use your ankle to dig deep into your calf muscles. So it might be tender if you just did a long ride or into overuse. You can shimmy side to side. You can move your ankle side to side. And then you come back up, and then you move your ankle halfway down your calf, and then you come and sit on that. Oh, Abigail's here. You always like different calf stretches too. Let me know if you like this one. So you just kind of smash it. You can wiggle your glutes back side to side. You can shimmy it a little side to side. And then you'll lift up and you'll bring it down even more and shimmy side to side. And then you can come up and bring it back up, and then you can lean down and you can slide your weight. You can shimmy it and drag it all the way down, kind of like pressure, bringing it all the way down. You can use the top of your foot too to smash and just massage your calf down. All right, the other side, wiggle the left ankle and come and have a seat. Shimmy side to side, if that feels good. And you can get up and move it to the middle. You can also turn your fingers back to get a little stretch in the carpal tunnel muscles, the 2 for 1 here. And then go even lower. So just go ahead and do what feels good. Do a couple more slides down and down. All right, now we're gonna spread our fingers wide, a little cat-cow in the spine. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding. Looking up. Inhale, exhale, rounding forward. Tuck the tailbone under. Good. Let's turn the fingers back towards your knees. And you can sit back at the heels and see that stretch. If it's too big a stretch, walk your hands closer to your knees and then sit back on your heels to feel that stretching on your forearms. All right, turn it back. Let's bring your knees together, and we'll take the right leg back and we'll stretch it straight up, the left arm straight. And we're going to bring it in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And turn to your left. Go ahead, grab your foot, kick it away, open up your chest. Hurt so good, Abigail. Good. I know. The calves are like, you never know they're sore until you try to massage them or stretch them. So we're going to go to the wall later and do one more stretch for them. But left leg back, lift it straight up, and then the right arm comes out. Hold it steady, and then bring your elbow to your knee, and then out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And turn to your right, grab your foot, and kick it away. And release. We're going to come on down to your belly. Let's take your hands by your hips and come on up. Shalabhasana. Squeezing your shoulder blades and come down. And then up, opening up your chest. And come down. And then point your toes, hands by your chest. You're going to come up for a little baby cobra, and then you're going to lift your hands off the floor. So really almost like a back row, like squeezing between your shoulder blades, lifting up your arms. And then take your hands to the floor, roll back for full cobra, or you can stay on your forearms if you want to do, let me show you. Come on, you can do this too, if you like. Dragging the forearms back. This is for good. Or rolling shoulders back, opening up your chest. I'm going to try to show all of the modifications for you, Debbie. Debbie says she's an older generation that needs to see what I'm doing. Sometimes I just tell you, and so I'll try to remember. All right, Angela from Florida, welcome. We're going to come into downward dog here. And we are going to bend our knees slightly, find that triangle shape, and start to pedal your heels down towards the floor. And you'll take your right leg up, and you're going to bring it forward between your hands. And then you're going to step forward, forward fold. Circle the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, we're just going to do, you're welcome, Debbie. We're just going to do a really simple but so effective chest opener. And so all you have to do is walk to a wall or to some structure, a lamppost or something in your house. This is not too stable for me, so I'm going to actually walk to the door here. So all you do is you take your right hand behind you, and then on the door, spread your fingers, and then you'll walk your right foot forward. And you should already feel a stretch on the right side of your pecs. But if you want to feel deeper stretch, if you bend the front knee while you're taking your palm into the wall, feel for if you can feel that deeper stretch. And if you want to bring your hand higher, if you're tighter there, then you'll feel it deeper, different parts of your pec and right under that underarm. And you can even take it lower, so whatever, usually middle, about underarm length and a little higher work pretty well. And then we'll just turn around and do the other side. So you're just bringing my left hip close to the wall in a lunge position. My left hand is against the wall. You're going to bend the left knee and stretch. And then try to turn your chest to the right. And you can try to lift your arm up a little bit. Okay. All right, does that feel good? So it's really opening up, especially you're rounded up in a bike all day. All right, so from here, we're going to go ahead and clasp your hands behind you. Tuck your tailbone under, and then you're going to bring your knuckles in your low back as you lift, and you squeeze your elbows back behind you. So it's almost like they disappear, right? the back behind you. And then from here, you're going to bend your knees and come forward. So you're using a something between your hands. If you need to use a strap, you can grab a strap. And release hands to the floor or to blocks. And then you'll take your left hand behind you. Let's bend the right knee. And you're going to rotate your chest to the left. Or just roll your left shoulder back. You can stay here or you can lift your arm up. Oh, good, Roseanne. You like that stretch? The one against the wall, I'm guessing. And then reach on up. You should feel the IT band stretching all along the side here. Try to turn the whole chest towards your left. And then the other side. Get hands to the floor. And then you're going to go ahead and take your left leg back, your right leg back. Lower to your belly. Point your toes. And let's roll all the way up for Cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Hi, Lynn Toten from British Columbia, Canada. Welcome. Oh, good. Oh, yay, Roseanne. Glad you like the wall stretch. Roll the shoulders back. That's a good one to, the wall stretch you can just do during work. Just get up to take a water break and stretch against the wall. Come on down. Curl your toes, downward dog. Left leg comes up. Bring it in. And then step forward, forward fold. And let's circle the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Okay, this one is both a stretch and a strengthener for the low back, glutes, and hamstrings. So instead of the knees coming forward, like they usually come forward for chair pose, as we unlock the knees, you're going to take your hips go back, keeping the chest up. Hips back instead of knees forward. See the difference? So look at my chair pose. Instead of doing that, the hips are going to move back instead. See that? So hips move back. The knees are unlocked, but the knees are not in front of the toes. The chest stays lifted and the back is straight. So if you're, let me go. If you're doing this correctly, you already should feel some strain in your low back, your posterior chain right here, your hamstrings, your glutes. So this will help strengthen it, but it should be straining now if you're doing it right. Take your hands behind you. Again, widen your collarbones, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, open up your chest. If you're able to do a little bit more work, you're going to bring your hands in front of you. While you bring your hands in front of you, you take your hips even further back as if you were going to sit on a chair. And then it should add a lot of strain on your low back. But it's a good strain. It's strengthening it. The arms, if you can, lift the arms as high as you can, maybe alongside your ears or even higher if you can. And then bring your hands into the side like chicken wings. And then we're just going to do small little forward, little dipping down and up. Take your hips back as you come down like 6 inches and then up. Little good mornings. Hips back, chest lifts. Hips back, chest lifts. Hips back, chest lifts. And your back should be fried now if you're doing it correctly. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1, and you're going to come on down. So hands reach to the floor or to blocks. The knees are slightly bent and just relax here. So you can have your feet as wide as the mat. And then you can use a block under your face, or you can just use your hand flat or fingertips or knuckles, whatever feels good. Lift and lengthen your chest so your back is nice and flat, and then you're going to open up. Get back to center and open up. Back to center, open up. 3 more. Good. And then other side. Let's do 3 more. Good. And then pause. You're going to bend your knees, take your hips really far back, bring your hands on your thighs, and then lift up. So the hips, the heels are in, toes are out now. The heels can be on the mat and the toes off the mat. You're going to bring your hips back again. You're leading your weight on top of your thighs just by the knees, and you're going to take a little spinal twist here. Knees back, hips back, right shoulder comes forward as you twist over to the left, and you feel a spinal twist. So the spinal twist should feel great. If you want to go deeper, and you can go deeper, what you're going to do is you're going to sit even deeper into your hips, and then you're going to press your knees out with your hands. So maybe you can karate chop your knees out with your forearms. So a side view looks like maybe side camera. Somebody's not looking for me. Like this, like that, if you can do that. And then breathe deep, stretch out those adductors. And release. We're going to do the other side. So now you're going to bring your left shoulder forward. And back to center. Again, karate chopping, hips back, elbows press the knees out if you can. And then hands down, you're going to walk your feet closer together for Malasana. So Malasana, you want to get your heels down if you can. If you cannot get the heels down, it's beneficial to get your towel and roll it up, and then you can bring your heels up on the towel like that, if that's what you need. If it's still not working for you, if it still doesn't work, you can get a block. Last resort, okay? Last resort is the block. But when you sit on the block, I want you to lift and lengthen up on the crown of your head, okay? All right, those are the modifications. So sitting down here, tailbone is down, chest is lifted, your elbows are inside of your knees, and then you're gonna use your elbows to press your knees back, make some space, lengthening up through the crown of your head. Close your eyes for a minute and just smile and think of a few things that we're grateful for. Maybe your father for Father's Day, or if any kind of father figure, whether alive or no longer with us in this physical sense, and just feel some gratitude there. All right, open your eyes and take your left hand down, and we're gonna twist and look up. So my left underarm is resisting the knee, And this is a fine place to stay. If you're able to take a bind here, you can. You'll just bend that bottom arm and maybe take a bind. And then other side, the right arm comes down and press. And maybe take a backwards bind. Valerie and Matt, hi. Your back is going to be sore tomorrow. Oh, good. Well, it's going to be a good sore. It's going to be sore because you're not used to it, but then it'll get stronger if you keep coming to class. So, all right. From here, you can work your way back into downward dog. If you have a Bakasana practice, instead of just going to downward dog, you can lift up, come into your Bakasana practice, maybe shoot back. And that's for Jasmine because she likes that pose. No, it works with the flow. And downward facing dog. Let's take your right leg forward and drop your left knee to the floor. Interlace your fingers and you're going to bring your whole body forward. Bring your hips forward while lifting your chest. Breathe into those left hip flexors, breathing deep. You can stay here or lift the arms overhead, which is harder. Okay, from here you're gonna lift up. So the left hip is right over the left knee now. You'll take your left hand and pat yourself on the back for showing up on your mat today on a Sunday, taking care of our bodies here. Lifting up through the crown of your head. You might stay here or take your left elbow over behind your head as much as you can as you bend slowly over towards your right. So opening up, fanning out your rib cage, getting a little tricep stretch here while we fan out the rib cage. And then we're going to take the left elbow over the right knee. Namaste here. Modification, left hand comes straight down and you do an easier twist like so, okay? So left elbow over the right knee. You can stay here or curl the toes under and lift up off the back knee. Maybe open the arms. And release. Let's step it back, chaturanga or to your belly, cobra, up dog or downward dog. Left leg comes up in the air. We're going to bring it forward. Drop your right knee down. Interlace your fingers and bring your hips forward. So breathing deep into those right hip flexors. So you can do static or you can pulse a little. Some people like to move. Either way is fine. So staying here or lifting arms overhead. Anjali Asana. And releasing, interlacing and coming back up. Right hip is over the right knee. And using your right hand, pat yourself on the back between your shoulder blades. Take your elbow behind your head. Press your head back into the elbow as you slowly start to lean over towards your left. You can turn the gaze a little up and to your right. And release. The right arm comes up and then past the elbow or straight onto the floor. Namaste your hands. See if you can touch to the thumb on your heart on your thumb. Curl the back toes, maybe come on up to a High lunge, maybe open the arms. And release. And then you're going to come on down to your belly. Up for cobra. And then you're going to get ready for a very, very deep quad stretch. So what you'll need is a wall or a couch. I think we all have that. If you don't have either of those, or you don't want to go so deep, you can just stay here and do this pose here and try to catch your quad. Otherwise, we're going to go against a wall. I'm going to go here because the camera catches me better here than against that wall. So it might be really strong sensation, but you'll thank me after. So this is, you're going to have your feet against the wall. And then let's take your left, you want to pad up your knees. You're going to take your left toes and curl them up the wall. And then you're going to wiggle the left knee against the wall. And then you're going to try to take your right foot forward. And this is where people laugh, like, oh no, I can't do that. You hold it here. If it's too much of a stretch, you can move that back knee forward away from the wall about 6 inches or so, okay? But if you can do it, trust me, it's really worth it. So from here, if you can't breathe, then it's too much for you. Bring your knee away from the wall. Otherwise, see if you can interlace your fingers and come on up. So just breathe with me here. I know it hurts, but it's worth it. Press down through the back knee, lift up through the crown of your head. Just breathe. It's a really big hip flexor and quad stretch, and it's really worth it. If you've never done it before, especially when you're done, you'll be like, oh wow. Okay, let's do 3 more deep breaths. And then starting position again, hands to the floor, bring your feet against the wall again. And then you should feel instant gratification, right? How does that feel? The quad, the left quad? Should feel really good. And so we can do the other side. So you're going to curl the right toes, bring the right knee up against the wall. And then you're going to bring your left leg forward and come on up. Again, if it's too much for you, you can tell if you're not breathing, it's too much for you. Then you'll bring your knee away from the wall a few inches. And then you just keep the stretch up and you'll be able to go against the wall soon. So keep pressing down. And that back knee lifting up through the crown of your head. And then come on down. And then, good, see, we made it. We didn't die. All right, usually I do that another time or so, but you can do that after class if you like. Let's do a couple more different stretches here. We're going to take your right leg forward for lizard. So you're going to come into a low lunge. The left leg is back. Let me bring the blocks here. So the right foot, you can bring out to the right a little bit. Both hands can be on the inside of that right arch. You can lift the back knee and reset it. And you can either stay here or you can come up onto your block, forearms to a block, the highest level first, or incrementally bringing it down as you feel a little more open, lowest, or you can forego the block and come all the way down to your forearms. Make sure you're not overdoing it. And if you like, you can lift the front toes and rock onto the edge of your foot, and that'll stretch a different part of that hips, inner, outer. Oh, thanks, Sandy. So pressing down. I guess the thumbs up was for that couch stretch. So keep pressing down. Let me know, you guys, how you like that stretch. Those big stretches. Okay, so if you did that stretch against the wall, this stretch should be much easier. Left forearm down and turning and grabbing the foot, pulling it in. All right, and then we're gonna bring our knees together, knees, chest, and chin, or just your butt, just come on down. Cobra. And then downward dog. Other side, left leg comes up, bring it forward. Wiggle your foot out to the side for lizard, both hands come down. And again, you can bring your forearms down to blocks or to your forearms. To the floor, And notice which stretch you like the best, with the foot flat, or if you like to lift the toes up to protect your knees, and then you rock onto the edge of that foot. So again, it's a huge stretch, lizard, so don't overdo it. You want to come to your 60-80%, okay? And then let's do 2 more breaths. And then right forearm comes down, and see if you can catch your back foot and pull it in. All right. Let's do shoulders. You can do a puppy pose. If you have a block, grab the block between your namaste hands and take your hips back, your hips over your knees. The knees are wide. Forehead down. And stretch your arms away from you, your hands away from you. And then when you're ready, squeeze your elbows in a little so they're not splaying out. And then you'll namaste your hands, lift the block up. You can do this without a block too. The block just makes it harder. And then try to melt your heart down towards the floor. And then go ahead and remove the block. And let's come on up for the big shoulder opener. We'll do clasp your hands, walk your elbows in under your shoulders, a little more narrow than the shoulders so the elbows don't splay out. Press down through the forearms, and then you want to do pretty much a downward dog on your forearms. See if you can get your head off the floor and your ears between your arms. And if you get tired, come on down. Otherwise, bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down. And then let's come on down to your belly. Little yin stretch for the shoulders. Left forearm comes down. Right forearm over that. And it's right under your chest. The palms are down and your fingers will walk away from each other. And then you'll hook your chin over your shoulder blades. And you'll just let the weight of your head stretch out your shoulder joints. So if you have any inflammation in your body and this is painful, then don't do this one. Or you can do just the one arm. Like if my right shoulder hurts, you can just stretch your left arm. You can just do one. All right, release. Little spinal twist. You're going to reach your left arm out, and then you're going to press your right hand into the floor and take your top foot back. It's like you're doing 2 X's. So you're going to reach your bottom leg, your left leg forward. Stack your hips one over the other, the pelvic bones. And then if you can even lift up, smash the left chest into the floor. Walk your hands away from each other. Walk your feet away from each other. And if you can, chin down so that nice, delicious spinal twist comes. The benefits go all the way up through the crown of your head and your neck too. If it bothers your neck, just turn your head to the right and rest it down. Then at least you get the spine, but you don't get your neck. And release. Back to center. And let's do the other side. So the right hand comes closest to you. The right hand comes closest to you, under you. Walk your hands away. And then hook your chin over your shoulder blades. And breathe here. Just let the weight of your head open up your shoulder joints. And release. Let's take your right arm out and do the same thing. So rolling, taking the right leg forward, stacking your pelvic bones one over the other. And then maybe even lifting and smashing your right chest down. Chin comes down. Hands walk away from each other. Feet walk away from each other. Hello, Maria. Welcome. And we're going to slowly release. And we're going to come onto our back. Actually, we're going to come here first. Let's take your right ankle over the left knee for a piriformis stretch here. You're going to dorsiflex this right foot. You should feel the right piriformis stretching outer hip. So if you want to feel more, you can lift your chest and bring it closer to your shin, or you can scoot your butt closer to that left heel, and it'll be a deeper right piriformis stretch. You can also, you experiment with your own body, but you can lift your butt up off the floor and see what that feels like. Or you can shimmy your shin across from right to left if that feels good. And we're going to switch left ankle over right knee. So if these are too difficult for you, you can keep the same position but lay down on the floor for figure 4. Be interlacing behind your hamstring or in front of your shin. It's the same configuration in your body, but I find so everybody's body is different, so feel which one feels better for you. I feel like this one stretches my piriformis stronger, so the middle of your glutes fanning all the way out, your piriformis. Lifting your chest, you can scoot closer to your heel here. Okay, so from here, you're going to bring this right foot in, and you're going to stamp your left foot on the floor for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So lift and lengthen, and you're just going to twist. You can hug your knee here as you twist and look over your left shoulder. You can also find a deeper twist, elbow past the knee, lift and lengthen. Feel that in your stiff spine, which is now less stiff after an hour of yoga. Good, you can stay here or you can press the balls of you can switch legs or press the balls of your feet into the floor. Right hand back, do the hokey pokey dance and turn yourself around. Ta-da, exactly where you need to be. All right, so here we are, back, hand back, lift and lengthen, turn towards your right knee and twist. Or you can bring your elbow past the knee for a deeper twist. Okay, and you can do a quick, I forgot to use the belt for a quick stretch here. So you can use the belt here to tie up your ankles here. So using anything that'll bind your ankles tightly. And then grab it with your left hand, spin it around, and curl your toes under. This is great for plantar fasciitis or to prevent it. So if you don't feel anything here, then you're lucky. Keep doing this to prevent it. So curl the toes under. You'll feel the bottom of your foot really stretching. Some people call it like the big toes are hurting, screaming toes pose, something like that. So if you don't feel it enough, you can walk your knees forward. And then you're going to hold on to this. Ankles are really tight together to feel it more. If you don't have anything to bind your feet, you can do it without binding. It's much less of a stretch, but it's better than nothing. So pointing your toes, you're going to sit back and you should feel the shins stretching. Big shins. This prevents shin splints. After a nice hike or cycling or something, you hold here. If it's not enough stretch for you, you can lean back and you can alternately lift the knee. So lifting my left knee, lifting my right knee. Okay, and you can do any of these exercises again, but we're out of time now, so let's come into a seated position here. Any comfortable seated position. As we close out our class here. So breathe deep as we inhale through the nose, open the mouth, and exhale, surrendering to our practice and noticing how we feel in our bodies after our post-workout yoga class. Please leave comments. Let me know what stretch you like the best. We'll take the arms out to the side and then flip the wrist, palms facing up. And then inhale all that positive universal chi into your hands. And then press your namaste hands into your heart center as you smile and feel blessed. And with gratitude for our practice here together in this virtual world, let's offer one Om to seal it in. Inhaling deeply. Namaste. All right. Hope you felt better. Thank you for everyone who joined. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video and share it with a friend. I remember I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at 5. Please join me again. Also, please consider supporting me and my ability to make these accessible to everybody. It's in the video description if you need more information. Thank you. Bye.